You are traveling with the Hood Mystic. You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. Your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer. Your favorite mystic's favorite mystic. Time to tap in now.
Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. Here goes my video. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's what I meant to get. That's what I meant to get. Peace to the tribe. Just doing some setting up. Setting up. Of course, starting off with technical difficulties for the one time, but straighten it out real quick. Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening. Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening. And at the end of the day, I don't get a picture on here. That's quite alright. Cause ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening. Straightening. Ain't nothing but a little bit of straightening. All right, so we're gonna do this minus camera. Shout out to everybody. I mean, I guess you feel me, like I would be more or less of a distraction at the end of the day. My beautiful mug. My beautiful mug. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the information because there is a lot of information. This is an interactive episode, so if you're in the live chat, it's good to ask questions. However, if you watch this video post live, you can leave messages in the comments. I would definitely reply to those messages to bring you clarification in reference to this upcoming new moon, which takes place December 23rd. Y'all know the vibes already. If you don't know, please subscribe to my channel. Every 2 weeks without fail for the past 6 years, I've been covering every new moon and every full moon. I started off studying Western astrology, but I didn't stop there. I kept studying astrology and it moved me into Vedic. And then from there, it moved me into Sidereal. And today, I'm proud to say that, you know, I deal with mainly true Sidereal with a mix of Vedic in reference to the nakshatras, but it's my own brand of astrology, and the result of my astrology is years and years and years and years and years and years of study. So what I wanted to do with this particular episode, this particular video, is really just give y'all some study. You feel me? So this is not entertainment. I guess that's why my camera not working. This is, I will hope that, my biggest hope is that, you take notes. My biggest hope is that you take the information seriously, because if you would understand, me and doing these said presentations, and once you see the slides and just, the article and things of that nature, I put a lot of effort into this. So let me start off by saying the link is in the description, whiterabbitpsych.com. We got our website up, so pat on the back for that. We built the website from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Nothing, so that's why it took so long. But the site is up, whiterabbitpsych.com. And then also the article for this actual video that I'm doing. I've been working on this for so long, at least for 5 straight days. A lot of hours, a lot of energy, a lot of effort, not just for me, that we all can come into an awareness and cognizance of the spiritual reality that's taking place. So every 2 weeks, I'm coming with the information in reference to the study. All that I ask y'all to do is like the video. If you're hearing this on a podcast, give me a review on Apple Podcasts, Do the thing that people do when y'all like something, show love to it. I'm not closed off to Cash Apps, $ Hood Mystic 38, but only if it feels good. You feel me? Only if the information is beneficial. Shout out to Andrea for the Cash App, right on time. I got my favorite auntie is named. Her name is Andre, but it's spelled Andrea. We ghetto. Shout out to all my hood boogers out there. You feel me? Shout out to my aunt Andre as well. Very important in my spiritual development. Y'all all got family members that's really special to you, that really inspire y'all or put you in a cross, and now you have to self-realize because you trusted somebody that you love. So with that being said, thank y'all for all of y'all support. Like I said, I've been on this platform for 6 years. When I started this, I never knew that it would get to this level because I'm just a regular guy from Ohio, you understand? But through the support of the community, through the support of people like you, I've been able to, do a whole bunch of cool shit off the strength of this cosmic information, even to this day, right? And when I get on this platform, when I speak, I always prepare what I'm going to say in my mind. Today, I just, I feel so good. I feel fucking great, right? And I just want to share that with you guys because in reference to me feeling great is all into studying this particular information for which we're going to bring forth in this presentation. So, yeah, we have a new moon in the sign of Sidereal Sagittarius, which we'll be discussing ad nauseum, right? And we're going to look specifically at the square to Jupiter and Neptune. As I stated earlier, if you don't want to hear my beautiful, lovely voice, please utilize the links in the description. Read the article. It'll take you 5 minutes. And yeah, but you know how I get. I want to get funky. I want to get nasty. I want to get filthy. And I want to just deep dive into the information. You ever... give me some ones in the chat if you're trying to get nasty and dirty because you done deep dived in some information. Some of y'all done deep dived in some other stuff. And we don't want to talk about that quite yet, right? We'll get to there. But in reference to the information, if you want to get filthy today, can I get some ones in the chat? Let me know. I got some exciting energy with me this evening. as we talk about this new moon energy. Let's get nasty, right? Let's expand our minds, because in reference to the energy, not only am I a sidereal astrology client, I'm also the president, meaning that not only have I studied the information, I've experienced it. You ever heard the one dude from The Office? I done seen it. I done seen it. So I want to just, elucidate the spiritual journey for myself and hopefully for a lot of everybody that's watching this video, because I would hope that we are all growing in the knowledge of our soul and nothing else. One's in the chat, right? So tap into your soul, tap into your wisdom, because we are dealing with a sun conjunct moon in Sagittarius. As I stated earlier, this happens December 23rd. So that means now until the 23rd, we're dealing with a waning moon. So the simplest way that I would hope to explain or elucidate how to prepare for a new moon is to let the bullshit go. Okay? Let the bullshit go. Let the linear time go. Fast, journal, purge. Get into a space, get into a sense that everything is being released. Why is this important? Because say, for instance, you are brought up in the patriarchal Western society mindset where the general rule is linear time. How many years you've been at the job, how long you've been doing this, right? And that's a particular construct. That is a paradigm. When we reference the lunar cyclical nature, another name for this would be lunar cycle, right? It is none of that. Every 28 days, hallelujah, I just felt like saying that shit. We start again, right? So there is no, I've been doing it for all of this long and just been doing the same shit for the same, that is linear time, right? So when we reference a new moon, the thing is simple. Let all the bullshit go, because let's get into some truth, right? Every single day is a new day. Every single lunar cycle is like a whole new fucking lifetime. All right. So a cliche that I'm going to bring forward to the collective at this present moment, but I really want us to wrap our minds around it. Right. I really want to wrap our minds around this cliche. New beginnings. I want you to look at this new moon, December 23rd, 2022, not as, a cliche ass new beginning, but I want you to look at it as an extreme new beginning. Like, you ain't never experienced no shit like this before, because that would mean to me, and this is just me, this is just my personal opinion, that you are in alignment with your soul. If you're saying, hey man, I'm feeling depressed, I'm sad, I am out of it, things ain't going right for me, my energy is off, you know what I'm gonna say to y'all? Guess what I'm gonna say to y'all? I'm gonna say you are not in alignment with your soul. Why are you saying that, Kyrie? Why are you saying that, Hood? Because the sun and the moon has progressed into the energy of Sagittarius. So what does that mean? What does that matter? Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are the last quadrant of the astrological cycle. So even though it's December 23rd, it doesn't necessarily represent the end of the year. We have 4 constellations that we have to transgress to represent the end of the lunar year. So in reference to Sagittarius, what you may not notice, and I'm going to elucidate some real hot shit for you right now, is that Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces are spiritual constellations, and Sagittarius being the opening or the beginning to a spiritual phase. Now, Kyrie, what are you talking about? Make it plain. Make it normal for me. All right, now I need some participation. One's in the chat if you can remember December 2019 until April 2020. One's in the chat if that was a weird ass time. Two, if it was completely normal. I need some participation. We're gonna go back into our memory banks. We're gonna hop in our time machine. Shout out to Money Long. One's in the chat if your money is long. Right? December 2019 to April 2020 was some weird ass shit. One's in the chat. One's in the chat. I mean, what? One's in the chat. Okay. So now you understand what the hell I mean when I say Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. Guess what, my niggas? We need tinfoil hats on like a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? We need to not pay attention to the news. I mean, pay attention to the news all you want, but make sure you're watching it with a tinfoil hat. Make sure you're watching it with your third eye open, because guess what we not going to do? Guess what we not going to do as a collective? Be caught blindsided by 2020 shenanigans. Because guess what, y'all? They putting down the same. When I say they going to do the same playbook, it's already starting in China. And I was talking to somebody today. Did you know that before the big pandemic, that they were showing educational videos to students in preparation for, the thing. So more of like conditioning the minds of the children. The rabbit hole goes deep, but we not here for that. In reference to the rabbit hole, we have this square in reference to the new moon, in reference to Jupiter and Neptune into Pisces. Now, you know what I said? I said from Sagittarius to Pisces, in the realm of transits, shit gets weird. Okay? All right. Now, I can get up on here and get on my goddamn mountaintop, and from goddamn Aries to Sagittarius, relationships, partnership, shadow work. You can't do it alone. You're gonna have to master your relationships. All right, hood, blah, 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 blah. And then the pandemic come and you sitting in your house by yourself. I'm telling you, without a shadow of a doubt, me and my family planned for 2020 by just being around each other from goddamn 2017 to 2019. We was just in the house prepping. You dig? Spiritually prepping. Cause we so comfortable with each other. We know each other so well, like me and the kids and my wife. We're just kind of like this Brady Bunch, kind of like eclectic Jackson 5 type, Scooby-Doo type, psychedelic shack type of vibration that we be giving off, moving through the fucking atmosphere, things of that nature. Spirit will tell you certain things in the realms of preparation. Saying all of this to say, even though I was prepped, I did the charts, I was keying in on a lot of profound shit during the pandemic. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But if I knew then what I know now, I would have been real deep into my spiritual bag. Okay, so that's what I'm entering into the conversation in reference to Jupiter and Neptune entering into sidereal Pisces. So real quick, Jupiter, the planet of expansion, Neptune, the planet of illusions, dreams, that otherworldly spiritual development type energy. So let's combine that. I expand myself through spiritual development in the realm of Pisces, where, let's just simplify this shit, nigga, you don't got a choice. A Spiritual Being Having a Human Experience is my new book in reference to the times for which we are living in and the revelation that human beings must address. I need some feedback. Is it all right if I ask y'all for feedback? Is the cars, cribs, and the mundane life enough? Or is it more that you are seeking out of life? One's in the chat. If you here for the cars, cribs, and the mundane things, I want to see some twos in the chat. I'm here for feedback. I'm not here to program you. I'm not here to just, say a whole bunch of shit. We going to engage this evening. I don't care. And the people that don't want to engage, go listen to people just talk your head off. Do you want more out of life, or do you just want the mundane? 2 mundane, 1 if you want more out of life, all right? We're going to engage this evening because I feel great. I want to talk to y'all. So if you want more out of life than the mundane, and we're building, right? We're setting the table. Jupiter conjunct Neptune in the sign of sidereal Pisces is a specific message to the spiritual beings, the niggas on the corner selling dope, the hoochie mamas, you know what I'm saying? The baby daddies, the baby mamas, who knows what's going to happen with them. But when you come into the realization of Jupiter ruling, all right, what constellation does Jupiter rule? What is Jupiter's ruling sign? There's 2. If you know the second one, you get a bonus. You get a bonus gold star. For time's sake, man, Jupiter rules Sagittarius and Pisces. So Jupiter being more of a kingly, divine, royal type of energy, an energy of expansion, an energy of princes and kings and queens and things of that nature. Well, one can just say, I just want the castle, or one could say, I want to know how to build the castle, and this is Neptune. And you're like, well, how do I build the castle? Do I gotta take an online class? Do I gotta, follow this cool person on IG? No, we doing this some spiritual miracle energies. We doing the rituals. We're doing the things where we're getting the downloads, and not just simply getting the downloads, we're actively integrating it because we do not have a choice. I would hope that you would get to a point where, yes, the cars is cool. Yes, all of this is cool. It's great. I'm not knocking it. Go to Las Vegas. You understand? Get you an escort. Knock yourself out. But at the end of the day, like the most profound shit, and I'm going to tell you, you can talk about this shit all damn day, right? You can talk about it. But when you experience the love and the luck and the fortune and the alignment of following your soul and the people that come with that, the experience that come with that, the feelings, the coincidences, the synchronicities that come with following your soul, there is nothing that compares to that, because maybe you don't become the person that you've been trying to, fulfill through your imposter syndrome, for which you are begging God for, why can't I be an imposter? God, like, you ain't supposed to be one, nigga. You supposed to be your authentic self. For which your authentic self brings about Neptune, and it's a square. So the challenge is, maybe there's nothing there. The challenge is, maybe you do not see the kingdom for which you will create. because you ain't bought no bricks, you ain't bought no cement, you ain't sought out no land. So how could you actually fathom for which your soul is leading you through this particular path? And this is a promise that I'm making, because we know now it can get tricky out here in these streets, right? They can tell you it's a global pandemic, but at the same time, the trucks never stop running on the highway, y'all. We was bamboozled. Goddamn Kroger's never shut down. Home Depot never shut down. But it's people who was like, man, I had to stay in the house for said months. And in reality, you did not have to stay in the house. But they did the media manipulation and then at the same time, people during 2020 had the most profoundest spiritual experiences that they ever had. And the only thing that disrupted it is that the news was giving you all of this false media and energies and, vaccines and things of that nature and death and all of this type of stuff to throw you off the scent. But imagine if you blocked all of that shit out. Let's ones in the chat, right? Think about that shit, right? Think about that shit. Think if you didn't watch the news during 2020. Think about that. So I'm giving you the blueprint to navigate the energies over these next 3 to 4 months up until April. Blindfolders on. You ever seen that movie Bird Box? If you've never seen it, this is a good time to watch it. It's going to be a combination of Bird Box and A Quiet Place. Don't talk too loud, because niggas might hear you, right? Don't even look at the shit. Don't even look at it. Think about it. So I want to elucidate the power or the energy of the secret weapon for the spiritual beings in reference to the Sagittarius energy. I just want to elucidate some secret codes and keys that will help you along your spiritual journey. And I want to talk about the powerful energy of the dark goddess. And I want to show y'all, I don't want to be symbolic today. I don't want to be esoteric today. I don't want to be occult. I don't want you to leave this video wondering, well, what is actually a goddess? How does a goddess show up in real life? Because no disrespect, y'all will come up in here with some faux locks, fake hair, fake lashes, BBL, no disrespect, no shade. But you bought your goddesshood from the last time I checked. And goddess, and the reason why anybody can be a goddess, because we don't want to be specific. No, ain't no nigga a goddess, too. Ain't no men goddesses. It's only women that are goddesses. And the microcosm to the macrocosm is going to blow your fucking mind, okay? Once you start to understand the mechanics of your goddamn vagina and your reproductive system in reference to Kundalini, your ass turn to Lakshmi to A-Lakshmi real quick. We'll get to that. I have fun doing research on this website. I hope y'all can feel the energy. I hope y'all can understand what I've been doing over these past couple of weeks. Understanding between writing a book and between doing the research, because I've been writing a book so much, my whole damn channel about to fall off the face of the earth. But you know what? This book is kind of like, I don't give a fuck. I don't play that shit, and I'm finna bust a cap on a nigga. Where are my 50 Cent fans out there? Temperance energy, very powerful card to research. And I'm going to just elucidate y'all with my research. And of course, for those who are just joining, if you don't want to hear my sexy, velvety voice, and you just want to read it and get the information for yourself, you don't want no cliffhangers, you don't want to put no ones in the chat, go ahead and hit the links in the description. And do your thing, do your thing. All right? And you know, take some notes. Share the notes on IG. Tag at... Oh, I got so much shit going on, man. Y'all better follow me on goddamn Instagram. Y'all better follow me on damn Instagram. My Instagram is off the chain. No cap. The relationship between the moon cycles and the menses is so fundamental that the two phenomena are related linguistically. The terms for moon and menstruation share the same Latin or Greek root, m, meaning to measure. Various world religions and cultures have acknowledged the bond between women and the moon. See, listen, we are not going to be symbolic today. One's in the chat if you tired of symbols. How many symbols is a nigga going to give you? You know what? This year, I threw symbols away. I threw them in the trash, y'all. Fuck a symbol. I can't buy my kid no goddamn formula with no symbol. The prostitutes won't holler at me with a symbol. You need some real shit. You need some shit that they can feel. So in reference to understanding the power of the divine feminine, it's easy to say it, but have you timed your cycle to the moon? Better yet, do you understand your cycle outside of the shit that I'm talking about? Because, I mean, God damn it, woman, you're a whole goddess out here. You don't need shit. All you need is to understand your cycles, because I'm reading this shit in plain text to y'all. The shit that you see up in the sky, you know how many niggas got lunar maps in their goddamn room? Goddamn tattoos of moons and shit. Here you are, you got this power within you. Let's keep it a buck, though. You don't give a fuck about it. You don't really give a fuck about it. Because if you did give a fuck about it, shit'll be changing in your life. Because you are a goddess and it's not just a title. It's a damn prescription. One's in the chat. Traditional, because the goddess then translates to the healer. But what are you actually healing in your ego? Oh, we destroying the ego. Oh, man, you know the tagline, leave your ego at the door. You know the tagline, leave your ego at the door. So we destroying that bitch. I hope you ain't think that thing was going to survive this episode. We got the new moon in Sagittarius, fire flames, nigga. It's like walking through the goddamn fire pit. The only thing that ain't gonna survive is your damn ego. I'm gonna reiterate, from Sagittarius to the crux of entering into Aries. Oh, that damn ego. Now, why you say my ego? Because I asked the question. I asked the question earlier. Y'all remember? Do y'all want more or do y'all want the mundane? Ones in the chat. I ain't never seen so many ones in the chat. Everybody was just like, we want more. We want more. All right, we about to burn the ego, y'all. Wait a second. Hold up, hood. Wait, hold up. Time out. Time out. Time out. Traditional Chinese medicine links the moon with the feminine or yin principle. So we're dealing with yin and yang. It ain't like yang is all we know. And yin, I don't know about that. No, it's yin and yang. You see the symbol. You don't even know what yang look like in reference to if there is no yin, there is no yang. So in reference to the awakening of the goddess principle, this is something that you must know, because we know about the symbols and the money and the patriarchy, but we don't know how it is to represent in reference to the understanding of your cycle and saying, well, we got 5 goddesses here and we all menstruating at the same time, and we going to do a ritual with our menstruation and our blood. Hey, anybody else menstruating at this time? You can do the ritual with us. Fuck it. We about to tear this motherfucker up. Nah, y'all be listening to these motherfuckers sitting in front of you on this goddamn YouTube telling you kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. Fuck all that shit. Can we get a coven of goddesses that want to do blood rituals? No niggas allowed, because niggas don't have a period. Niggas don't have a menses. One's in the chat. One's in the chat if I'm making sense. In reference to, cause y'all jealous of each other. Y'all don't really fuck with other women like that, and y'all don't really understand the power of linking up with divine feminine goddesses. One's in the chat. I understand. You haven't took a bold step of saving your fucking life. You want to be a divine goddess within the patriarchy. How is that working out for you? First of all, how's the patriarchy treating you, my dear? You want to keep it or you want to burn it? Fire signs? Can we get some fire emojis if we trying to burn the goddamn patriarchy? I'm trying to burn this shit. I don't care. Burn it down. Let's start over and referencing to the new beginning. I don't know what happened to the ego, man. These niggas is doing blood rituals. What's happening? Well, the sun and the moon have entered in Sagittarius, starting a new moon and a new beginning. So melanated people gonna have to put their egos down, and we gonna have to just do hardcore rituals with our friends. Well, we did hood rat shit in the summertime. Now we doing witchcraft shit. Why we only can do hood rat shit? Can't we do witchcraft shit too? Can't we play with our period blood and drink our period blood and do some real weird shit? Because that's what they do to us, quiet as kept. They use our own science on us, and we look at our own science as disgusting or evil, but yet and still you can't even connect with your sisters on a regular basis. These hoes too busy working or too busy fucking with a nigga that don't give them no real action, no real motion. Many cultures have assigned the moon a goddess. From Babylonian Ishtar to Greek Artemis, the connection endures today with religious, spiritual, and even health practices. Imagine that. Herbalist Rosemary Glassdoor writes that all the fluid energy of the earth responds to the moon cycles. Damn it. That means the blood, the cum, the gruel, ones in the chat, the gruel, the semen, the ocean, the lakes, the rivers responds to the moon cycles. But let's backtrack. The relationship between the moon cycles and the menses are so fundamental that the two phenomena are related linguistically. So you might miss it. When Rosemary Gladstar writes that all the fluid energy of the earth responds to the moon cycles. But what moon are we talking about? Are we talking about the aligned, melanated goddess who steps into her power? Is we talking about that moon cycle? Are we talking about a new beginning? Fellas, it's okay. It's okay to sit on the side. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you if you elevate your goddess in your life. And if you don't got a goddess in your life, take your ass to the gym, learn about financials, get some jujitsu in your life, pick up a gun, go to the range, become a goddamn man. In order to attract the goddess, because you're not going to get a goddess being a little ass boy who cannot actually understand the dominance of the female figure, as we will get into. Trust me, I'm here. If you're here for the cliffhanger, you're not gonna want to miss this shit. When I combine the reality of who we are as humans and the reality of the actual cosmos and representing of a new moon conjunct the galactic center and what that means for the melanated population. What is always meant for us, but we are bringing it into a new beginning. Although it is clear that the menstrual cycle lasts more or less as long as the lunar cycle, ain't that ironic? Ain't that ironic? That shit blows my mind. One's in the chat. That is crazy. That the menstrual cycle more or less lasts as long as the lunar cycle. That just makes me feel good inside. Every time I talk about this shit, I say, well, goddamn, it gotta be a goddamn creator. It gotta be a god. It gotta be somebody who put this system in place for better or for worse. But goddamn, how do we have a system that is in alignment with the cosmic bodies that exist in the earth? You have a 28-day lunar cycle. And the only way that you don't know this is because if you never just sat and really in tune with yourself. You thought being a goddess was getting the lashes that the girls sew in, right? You got the good lashes because you a goddess, right? You got a pedicure and a manicure. Why? Because you a goddess. You bought you a new dress because you a goddess. Never once did you say, well, God damn it, I got a 28-day cycle just like the goddamn moon. What does that mean? Ones in the chat, what does that mean? It means something profound, but I can't do the work for you. I'm not even the one with the shit. I'm excited for your ass is all I'm saying. The reason why such a relationship should exist is not so obvious. Fuck if I know. I did not create this world. I'm just living in it with y'all asses. Melatonin's relationship with the lunar cycle is less well established. Melatonin, which is a suppressive to the gonadal function, seems to have its highest secretion during the new moon. Many women tend to menstruate with the new moon. Some women menstruate with the full moon. That's why it's very important to understand your own cycle. But whatever the case may be, because one would say, damn, I got pregnant. I didn't even want to get pregnant. Just fucked around and got pregnant. Y'all ever heard somebody say that? Probably in the next breath, what they say, I'm a goddess. How you a goddess and you ain't want to get pregnant, but you ended up getting pregnant. Now, when we are ignorant of these things, we gonna get pregnant accidentally. But after the research and the time spent in reference to the herbs and in reference to the timing of the cycle, oh man, they ain't nobody gotta have no baby if they don't want to. You ain't gotta get no abortion, no plan B, no IUD. You just gotta understand your cycle, know what herbs to take. Period. Period T available at ColumbianExchange.com. Y'all like that Y'all like that segue? I said, y'all like that subway. I like that subway too, but I like that segue even better. Even better. I ain't about to make a beat for y'all. Not gonna make a beat. Not yet anyways. Give me a second. All right. How y'all doing? We are about to talk about Sagittarius. I like to start from scratch with this shit, man. Cause you know how you be watching YouTube or you might be on Instagram and a nigga just be like, Sagittarius, and then they just go in on some shit. The rising of the celestial, ecclesiastical, hallelujah, great balls of fire, and you like, whoa, shit, I guess. You ever been watching a video with a spiritual nigga and you don't know what the fuck that nigga talking about? But he cool, so you just be listening and you be trying. I be trying to understand. My wife know I be trying to understand. I don't fucking understand what these niggas be talking about. You ever been just like, what the hell? I think we get used to it. I think we think that a nigga know more than us, so they talking above us. But I came to the realization that maybe these niggas just don't know what the fuck they talking about. How could I ever be on this goddamn platform every day and what could I possibly be learning if I'm talking every day? But leave it up to these spiritual niggas though. They always got something to say, right? So, Sagittarius. The understanding of Sagittarius is the secret weapon. If you look at this, you might see a centaur holding a bow and arrow. And so that might be abstract. But then, one's in the chat, if you know anybody, family, friend, colleague, somebody, you a teacher, and your students, you know a human being that plays Call of Duty, one in the chat. Do y'all know anybody that play Call of Duty? 2, if you never even heard of Call of Duty, I want to see something. What's Call of Duty, hood? I ain't never heard of that shit. You ever Call of Duty? And you could be a mom, you could be an auntie, you could be a grandma. Have you heard of Call of Duty? I see some ladies on here, they done heard of Call of Duty. So that means, for a lack of better words, the understanding of modern warfare or Call of Duty is within the zeitgeist. It's not this weird thing. And I'm in Detroit. Everybody got a gun. I know Atlanta's like that. Florida be like that. New York ain't really like that. The East Coast ain't really like that. But it's certain places, Texas, the goddamn, them niggas in Texas, it's 2022. Them niggas like, draw. Like, what the fuck? Draw, nigga. Niggas think it's the Wild Wild West. Time is goddamn cyclical like a motherfucker. Nigga walking around with cowboy boots and cowboy hats talking about draw. You know what I'm saying? So, in ancient times, they didn't have AK-47s. They didn't have 9mm. In ancient time, what was the Call of Duty? What was the 9mm? A bow and arrow. So when you might look at a bow and arrow and be like, damn, that's cool, I guess, a bow and arrow. I don't actually understand the significance, but bow and arrow, right? Bow and arrow, like, doesn't really do nothing for me, to be honest. But then when you start to like, goddamn brother, he play goddamn Call of Duty, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really about that life. Like, yeah, nigga. Like, what's really going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, is you really a warrior? So what we're saying about the bow and arrow is that it signifies a weapon. It signifies a warrior. It signifies a soldier. If, for instance, we never seen Sagittarius and we seen it today, it wouldn't be a person holding a bow and arrow. It would probably be a person holding a rifle. Okay? So in reference to this, and it is not in reference to a specific, can't find the page I'm looking for. It's not in reference to a specific weapon. It's an abstract image. So it's not like a literal weapon, it's a secret weapon because the meaning of it isn't so clear, especially moving into the future, and we don't see like the AK-47 or the 9mm, and there's still bow and arrow. So it's like, well, what does this represent? But throughout time, throughout all civilization, Sagittarius represented the strong one, the giant king of war, the illuminator of the great city. Because when you think about Jupiter, because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, Jupiter is a creation planet. So at one point in time, from Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. Although these are planets, they represent ancient suns. The sun that we have will progress and move into its supernova and then regress and cool down and become a planet and might become an asteroid. Who knows? And there'll be another sun for which all of these planets will be rotating around, and that's just the way it goes. But when you are able to conceive of the ancient peoples where all that they had was the sky. They didn't have no TV. They didn't have no Netflix and chill. They didn't have no club. All they had was the sky. So the most important part of the sky was Sagittarius. So I want to show this in reference to you're going to hear a lot of different things in reference to Sagittarius, and I want to kind of explain why, because it was like, well, it's just a weapon, so I'll just be thinking like it's time for war. Well, not necessarily. Like I said, it's a secret weapon. It's your advantage, your spiritual advantage in the Matrix. So as I go through all of these things, I want you to think how all of these things represent an advantage. Education, the more you learn, the more money you make, the more equipped you are to handle whatever machinery you're using because you're educated on it. Foreign affairs, you're able to communicate with people not in your village. Church and religious studies, you're able to understand the esoteric nature and the movements of God. Philosophy, you love knowledge, you love Sophia, you love the goddess. Law, keep people in order. Nobody wants to live in anarchy, even if we don't like the cops that much. Philanthropy. How many times have you needed it? It's some people who ain't have no coat. Right? It's some people who couldn't pay their rent. It's people who couldn't make it without somebody saying, we're going to start this fund, and whoever need a coat, they can come to this fund. I remember going to the coffee shop, and, you know, it was times where I could not afford, when my first kid, when I had a Zor, shit was fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So thank you to philanthropy, because shit, who knows, right? Sports. We watching goddamn LeBron. We all watching LeBron. We all watching our little football. So let's keep it real. Sports have made a lot of people rich. It help a lot of families. Y'all got kids right now, goddamn, in football pads, things of that nature. Horses. A horse is better than a goddamn walking from this place to that place. Stables, keep your horses in line. Some pimps got stables, but that's another conversation. Judicial system, higher courts, judge, publicity, publishing, writers, radio and television, telegraphs, advertising, army, ceremony, higher education, aspiration, ambitions, goals, engineer broadcasting. All of the things that I'm saying, none of these things like anything can be converted into turned into evil, but nobody goes into these things like, I want to do some evil, so let me go into the military. Even though it's evil shit that happened in the military, everybody in the military ain't evil. That don't even make sense. It's some bullshit ass preachers, but it's also some preachers that got the fucking anointing. Niggas done went up in the church like, God damn, that nigga can preach his goddamn ass off. I feel better, more understanding of the law, of the Bible, whatever the fuck. And the nigga and the dude at the same time, because we're dealing with twin energies, we're dealing with temperance, we're dealing with balance, the nigga in New York can get arrested for fraud. So we're not saying that anything is good or bad, but we're saying that in reference to Sagittarius and Sagittarius energy, there's a lot of different things you could do, but you better make sure that you're doing it with a specific level of integrity and trying to better yourself. But then it's like, what do I actually do though? This is where your soul comes in, and this is where the concept of path working comes in. Because the imposter syndrome that TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube has gave y'all Y'all trying to be like these spiritual hoes, these spiritual niggas, and that might not be your path. Yeah, we got to talk about it. Path work is a contemporary path of growth, and I would say ancient. But anyways, path work is an ancient path of growth and transformation, grounded in practical spiritual wisdom. So grounded in whatever the fuck your soul has to tell you. And if your soul tell you want to twerk and do backflips, then goddamn it, you better start doing goddamn them wall push-ups and strengthening your shoulders, because you got a lot of backflips and twerking to do. Well, my soul told me that I, need to walk backwards down goddamn Broad Street. Do you think that's a good idea? Hell yeah, that's a good idea if your soul tell you to do it. But don't be walking down Broad Street backwards because you seen a bitch on Instagram doing it. That's the difference. So when you grounded in practical spiritual wisdom, do not be coming and telling me what another motherfucker done said on this goddamn app. Do you know if they were smoking crack before or after they said that? And if you can't guarantee that they wasn't smoking crack, taking some goddamn mollies, popping a Percocet, I'm going to take what they say at face value. In reference to what you got to do, you got to be grounded in practical spiritual wisdom, i.e. wisdom from the soul, or else you getting fucking lied to and bamboozled. Do y'all understand that? One's in the chat. Two in the chat if y'all saying, well, I really like this spiritual nigga. I really like this spiritual hoe. I don't really know her, but I like her. I don't really know him, but I like him. He on TikTok. You sound crazy. It is it is based on the premise that accepting, understanding, and taking responsibility for all parts of ourselves is essential for transforming our shadow side, claiming our light, and finding unity within ourselves. All of the shit that I've been reading have never been talking about no spiritual nigga outside of yourself. So in reference to what path works for you, I do not fucking know. Nor do I care. Don't expect me to care either. And don't ask me what path you should take either. Because I'm going to tell you to walk down backwards down Broad Street with a goddamn thong on, listening to the thong song, goddamn snapping your fingers like you at a poetry slam. And then I want you to be mad at me for actually taking my advice. I'm going to just act like shit, I'm going to just be the bad guy about this shit because I'm just tired of people acting as if somebody else can lead them along the spiritual path. I'm going to just start saying wild shit. I think you need to be a stripper. I'm 56, hood. I don't got good knees. Yeah, I think it's a market for that. All right, if you say so, what you think my name should be? Tatalicious. Although many spiritual paths feature practices to transcend our human limitations, the pathwork is unique in a strong emphasis on the task of purification and transformation. The problem with a lot of the shit that I'm saying is that y'all holding on to a whole bunch of shit that do not matter in reference to what love is, purification. I said love is purification that leads to transformation. Until you purify, well, I've been through this horrible situation with my ex. I don't give a fuck. Oh, this horrible thing have happened to me. I don't give a fuck. Well, this great thing is happening to me. I do not give a fuck. Why don't you give a fuck? Because you haven't purified your damn mind. You imagine like you is literally driving you to the brink of insanity in reference to trying to be a better cup over trying to understand what is in the cup. When you begin to understand what is in the cup, your shadow is not even the shadow, it's the soul. So you grasp the soul, which is your divine intelligence, and you listen to it. And then comes transformation of our shadow side or side of us that we do not know, or lower self, or the ego, or the shit that's just fucking us up. Oh, we coming to burn it today, though. We burning it down. We are bringing about change within our communities, within our lives, within our understanding of simply who we are, finding unity within ourselves. I'm not going to judge you for your OnlyFans. I just want to put that out there. I'm not going to judge you for your back page. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm not going to judge you for your Craigslist ad. I'm just going to put that out there. If you stripping, send me an invite. I'm going to come make it rain on you. I might bring like $20 in once. That's all you, boo. No judgment for me. Because at this point, you are on your path. And if you are not on your path, you are following a scamming ass hoe and a scamming ass nigga, and you trying to figure out what's the problem. I said you following a scamming ass, I'm gonna repeat it, you following a scamming ass nigga and a scamming ass hoe, and you not following your soul. Shout out to the goddess and the goddesses. Shout out to the microcosm and the macrocosm. Shout out to the realness. And that's a picture, and I want us to look close at it. Because at one level, see, this is a classical period painting. This is a patriarchal view of something that just doesn't exist. There is no white man in the sky. We've already established that. No matter what you see online, no matter how many paintings or pictures you see, the fact of a white man being in the sky is cap. The biggest cap is the white celestial. The real is this. Y'all see the comparison? Do y'all see the difference? See, this is the goddess Ishtar. But the goddess Ishtar represented a cosmological force, because what did the ancient people have? The ancient people had the cosmos. What do we don't have? We don't have the cosmos. We get our stars. Who is our stars, y'all? Our stars is not Ishtar and Nana, Marduk. Our stars is Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Them is our stars. Because of light pollution, we don't even get to see the cosmos all like that. So in the ancient world, it is difficult to overstate the importance of Ishtar, because all they had was the celestials, which don't make no sense to us because we don't actually give a fuck about the stars. Niggas will study astrology and talk about astrology not in relation to the stars, but in relation to their goddamn apps. Whole app telling you what's going on in the stars because we are so disconnected from it. So in the ancient world, it is difficult to overstate the importance of Ishtar because we don't give a fuck about the stars. We give a fuck about Beyonce. That's our star. If I had a conversation right now with the average person about Cos Borealis, the first star of Sagittarius, I probably wouldn't find one person to have a conversation with me. But if I had the same conversation about Beyonce, I'd probably find everybody in the world would know exactly what I'm talking about. And then we try to figure out what the fuck our problem is. I just told you what our fucking problem is. One's in the chat. I just laid out what our problem is that quick. You probably didn't miss it because you was thinking about Beyonce too hard and wondering why I'm talking about Beyonce, because Beyonce ain't no damn star. I mean, the stars is actual stars, but we don't actually get to see it because we looked at stars and personified them. We look at human beings and then immortalize them, and that ain't right. As the most famous Mesopotamian goddess, her substantial influence was embedded in many aspects of her worshippers' lives. She was revered across the broad geographical reach of the ancient Near East for a period history spanning thousands of years. Ishtar comes from a very clearly time in the history of complex civilizations. So moving on, we get more context of Ishtar in the Vedic understanding because we are syncretists. What is a syncretist, you might ask? What is a syncretist? Syncretism is the amalgamation or attempted amalgamation of different religions, cultures, and schools of thoughts. It is the merging of different inflectional varieties of a word during a development of a language. So in this context, we are syncretizing Ishtar and A Lakshmi or Nariti. Now everybody have heard about Lakshmi's ass, the goddess of prosperity, the goddess of wealth, right? Everybody wanna, can Lakshmi sit on my face? I did a ritual and I had Lakshmi sit on my face. Why you do that? Because I wanted some prosperity and wealth. I did a face sitting ritual. I said, Lakshmi, come sit on my face, baby. Did you get rich? Nope. Did it work? Nope. Damn, I wonder why. Did you work with A Lakshmi? Huh? Why would I want to work with A Lakshmi? She bring poverty and death. I just want the prosperity and wealth. I don't want the death. I don't want the death. It's also saying that I don't want my secret weapon. I don't want my power because I haven't been taught about my power, and everything about me has to be told to me by a white man. We go to white man schools, white man anatomy books, all of this type of shit. But then when we start talking about slavery and gynecology and how they did these experiments on our goddesses, and then we do not want to burn that shit. It's museums. I just gotta talk about this because it's on my heart and motherfuckers don't know. Father of gynecology. Marion Sims has been called the father of gynecology for his revolutionary approach to treating the diseases of women. The father of gynecology who experimented on slaves. So when you say, well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'm having a hard time with connecting to myself, hey, look no further than the father of gynecology, because let's keep it a buck. Black women don't give a shit about going to see their gynecologist. It's your mama, it's your daddy if he around, it's your baby daddy if he around, it's your kids, it's your pastor, and after that, it's your damn gynecologist. But the root of gynecology is the destruction of the relationship between black women and their wombs. So now you like, well, shit, I got a degree at college and shit, that should be enough. Y'all love about the house that y'all own, but don't really own because you got to pay mortgage on it. No shade. But when it comes to destroying that shit, y'all ain't ready to destroy the establishments for which you are surviving and thriving off of. But even if those establishments got their wealth off of your destruction, you then won't in turn destroy the same system that destroys you, and that to me is a fucking problem. That's why when I talk about this A Lakshmi, I'm with it. I'm with the shits. Right? Because we want to get the wealth of Lakshmi, but we do not want to destroy the thing that is blocking us from the wealth. Ain't that crazy? We don't want to destroy the ego. We don't want to destroy our degrees. We don't want to destroy our, I'm paying rent by myself. I'm struggling by myself, but I don't want to do the spiritual work to bring me in union. So now I got to go through this energy by myself, all because I was unwilling to kill my ego. we talk about this shit on this channel, but I'll keep it real with y'all. Y'all don't even think that y'all even got a fucking ego. Or y'all think that the ego is something that you should champion and hold. So y'all ain't ready for Nariti and A Lakshmi and the Moola Nakshatra and tapping into the root of all things. It's more about your ego. So in reference to the Moola Nakshatra, Moola means roots. So in reference to the root, it can never be the ego. You are a whole amalgamation of all types of ancestors that came before you, that gave you knowledge, protected you from shit, saved you from burning buildings, all types of shit. Your grandma done changed your diaper, fed you some goddamn Gerbers, nigga. Listen, if it wasn't for your ancestors, your ass wouldn't be here. And we talking about literally and metaphysically, metaphorically. So in reference to your ego, you don't need it. In this context, okay, that's just one form of roots, roots, Toby, Kunta Kinte, and then we have, burdock root, maca root. Maca root got me out here feeling like a goddamn ancient Greek warrior out here in this bitch, you feel me? Oh, you ain't ingesting your proper roots? If you're not on a specific herbal diet, it's because your fucking ego is trying to destroy your fucking life. What, you too busy to drink teas? Babe, is they too busy to drink tea? Too busy to ingest herbs? Motherfuckers will watch a video on IG and like a video of another nigga making some tea and never think, well shit, I need to make me some tea too. Cause I can't drink the tea that I'm watching on this damn screen. I might as well boil me some damn water myself and drink the shit myself as opposed to just liking a damn video. What you think you think that shit gonna rub off of you through your goddamn phone screen? So the ego is why niggas will not deal with no herbs. The ego is why niggas don't feel like they need their ancestors. Whole time, ancestors can empower you in a way that your ego could never. And then finally, you got your damn root chakra. Don't give a fuck about that either. The root chakra related to instinct and basic fight or flight mechanism of the human condition known as the seat of Kundalini. Dormant Kundalini rests here. So what is dormant Kundalini? Dormant Kundalini is this. Ishtar. Bow and arrow, Call of Duty, your secret weapon, your AK-47. One's in the chat if y'all been following me. Two's in the chat if I'm losing you. I need to know, cause I'm really trying to elucidate the collective this evening, and I do not give a fuck. So if you with me and you following me, give me some ones in the chat. Awaken your Kundalini is your secret weapon in reference to the energy of the sun and moon entering into Sagittarius, which you are going to need because shit gets weird. And if you don't have the spiritual intelligence, you're going to be watching goddamn Donald Trump do daily energy readings. Remember when Donald Trump was doing daily energy readings? Niggas was watching that shit. As if Donald Trump was going to give us some vital information. How did that even make sense? And you got all of this energy within you, but it's fucking dormant. Because the ego says, I don't need to do no root locks, hood. I don't need to do goddamn dragon breaths. I don't need to actually meditate. I'm too busy at my damn job. I got my damn baby mama. I got these damn kids. Okay. Do y'all think I wrote this shit? Do you think I made up the concept of Kundalini? I didn't. The Kundalini is waiting to be awakened, but a spiritual nigga on TikTok gonna say it's gonna happen automatically. You're just gonna, get some good sex one day and Kundalini gonna wake up. And then the nigga say, I fucking, my Kundalini awoken 8 years ago. That shit, I done did that shit. I don't need to wait like, same way as saying, I was breathing 8 years ago, man. I don't need to be doing that breathing shit. Nigga, I done drunk water. I used to drink water 4 years ago, nigga. I don't, water, I'm above that, nigga. I drink Pepsi, nigga. This nigga out here drinking water, talk about he breathing, nigga. This nigga is fucking a novice. He a fucking beginner. You know what I'm saying? I'm advanced. Goddamn, what's that one dude? The weird nigga, Forbidden Knowledge. I don't know his name. Niggas be like, man, I be up in Egypt with Forbidden Knowledge, man. I don't be breathing, drinking water and shit, nigga. I don't need no Kundalini. I don't need to awaken my soul, nigga. I just need to spend $5,000, go to Egypt, find a motherfucking tour guide, and do the walk like Egyptian with my family, nigga. Let these niggas know that I'm spiritual for real. Nigga, I went on a goddamn vacation, nigga. What the fuck I need Kundalini for? The fuck? I got goddamn flat screens in all of my rooms. Nigga, talk about waking up Kundalini. So what does Nariti A. Lakshmi destroy? Flat screen TVs, nigga. The idea that if you do X, Y, and Z, you will be absolved, and if you don't awaken your Kundalini, that's either or. All of that is based in illusion. But I really desperately want to elucidate the science of the Moola Nakshatra, Mooladhara chakra, root chakra, awakening Kundalini, purification means destroying the ego. One's in the chat. I don't want to be symbolic today. I told y'all I threw my symbols away. I'm literal as a fuck. And if I'm not being literal, call me out on that shit. A person cannot quite gain the full grasp of what the asuras really are without understanding the inner workings and cosmic function of the Moola Nakshatra. The Moola Nakshatra is associated with the roots, the Mooladhara center or root chakra, and also the physical location of the root of the body. They can go ahead. It's not the anus. It's the Kundalini gland. But that's why we reading, and that's why we study on top of studiers. Nigga, that's why you can't just be online just reading anything, because you would be fucked up. Say, all right, hood, I'm doing root chakra work. Had some anal sex. Hey, wait, hey, whoa. Pause. What you just said? You said I was reading online that the root chakra was the anus, so I figured, hey, why not? I mean, if your soul telling you that's your past, go crazy. But we talking more, and let me just show y'all, because I don't want to be like the nigga that's making shit up. Kundalini gland. Fuck all that. Niggas be like, the Kundalini gland is the anus. Hold up. What would you do? What would you do? Yeah, I'll awaken my goddamn Kundalini just like that. Oh, no, you didn't, fam. I'm sure you didn't. If you feel you did, bro, I'm not about to sit and argue with you all day. But I don't know, man. The Mooladhara chakra at the base of the spine is where Kundalini is supposed to lie coiled waiting to rise. Although traditions are focused on it, there is obviously no such thing as ejaculating up the spine, but the nerve energy is perhaps turned to flow its power back through the nerves to the spine. This is done through inner kinesthetic sensing, directing the eye of the mind and breathing. Kundalini breaths, root lock, consistently. Stop fucking around with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like take your body seriously, take your meditation seriously, or is no Kundalini for you. It's a way to breathe. It's a way to root lock. It's a way to act for which represents activating Kundalini. And it's a place where Kundalini is at. And please don't feel like it's your goddamn anus. I gotta be clear. This redirection of nerve flow might be how the yogis prevent ejaculation while still having orgasms. It might feel as though there is ejaculation up the spine because the Kundalini gland or conjugal body at the base of the coccyx is composed of smooth muscle and can pulsate like an ejaculation. Thus, to a man, it might appear that he is ejaculating up his spine. So just bringing that to y'all awareness, because, you know, motherfuckers would be like, I'm at the plug. Literally. I'm at the literal plug. Just as the roots draw nutrients from the soil, so too does Nariti consume the sacrificial husk of human beings who fell by the wayside, having given up their dharma and spiritual path in life. Some of y'all, man, is like, fuck it, I'm gonna get drunk. Some of y'all have been listening to spiritual people so long that it's created an energy of not giving a fuck, for which, yo, dharma, what is dharma? Dharma is the internal and inherent, meaning that it is within you, the nature of your reality. The nature of reality regarded as a universal truth taught by the Buddhas, an aspect of truth or reality that is inherent. So if you don't follow your blueprint, you probably following a nigga on YouTube, and that is tragic. You say, fuck my dharma, I'm a do what he do, and that's karma. And you're not following your spiritual path because it's all about path working. And thus, when you are not tapped into your power, you just don't have no power. I don't know what else to say it. So just as the Kundalini gland in the body disposes of waste, without the Moola Nakshatra, the world would be full of impure beings. And it is Nariti who is essentially the spiritual personification. Are y'all ready for this? I need all of my goddesses. I need y'all to hold y'all pussy. I'm about to say something real profound. Without the Moola Nakshatra, the world would be full of impure beings, and it is Nariti who is essentially the spiritual personification of the gigantic black hole at the center of the galaxy. The root of creation is depicted in this understanding of the galactic center, the macro, which would then the micro be the reproductive system of the melanated woman, i.e. that pussy got some power to it. One's in the chat, that little pussy got some power to it. I don't know what. I don't know why. I don't know who. But that little pussy got some little power to it. Where's she getting this goddamn power from? Oh, goddamn, you goddamn wiped up a damn black hole, fam. My nigga done wiped up a black hole, didn't even know it. We approach her in this way by wanting to fulfill our duty and purpose and destroy our ego. Because I know y'all thought I made that shit up. Hood RC made that destroy ego shit up. Willingly. Because the ego will get destroyed unbeknownst to you through tragedy. But when we tap into Nariti, when we tap into our divine goddesshead, we know for sure that having a college degree at goddamn Spelman pales in comparison to that little pussy that got that power. One's in the chat. It's the ego that say, I could never. But when you destroy the ego willingly, and so this is how she appears to us. When we fall out of our own divine orbit and away from our spiritual role and duty in life, we experience the negative side of this gigantic woman, which is her more sinister, hungry side. Ramakrishna was well aware of the dual nature of the goddess, because when a woman's fed up, what y'all know about that? Y'all ever, ones in the chat, you ever seen a girl get angry? You ever seen a woman get angry? Don't it surprise you? Cause you know you foul. You know you done fucked up. And you thinking like, yeah, where was you at? I was with the guys. You ever had your clothes ripped up, bleached? You ever have your shoes burnt up? Tires flat? Windows busted? When a woman's fed up, wasn't that girl talk about, I love you, daddy, this pussy is yours? All of a sudden, windows busted when the woman's fed up. Hold up. I thought you was a sweet girl. I thought you was sweet. Hey, y'all fellas, y'all ever been with a sweet girl? Turned out she wasn't so sweet? Well, you should have been tapped into Ramakrishna, because he would have told you that the goddess have a dual nature, experienced a vision where he witnessed a woman give birth to a child, nurse it with milk, and then turn dark and consume the child like a ravenous beast. In this vision, we see the dual nature present in all women to a greater or lesser degree in proportion to their own nature. When a woman's fed up, you know, you get to a certain point and you know who to try. One's in the chat. Ladies, your man, he done figured you out by now, haven't he? He done figured you out by now. Hey man, why you let her talk to you like that? Man, if I was you, I would, hey man, shut the fuck up. You don't know what be happening in this house when a woman's fed up. You ever have a nigga cheat and come back, but he be different about it though? His energy be different. He done got trapped in that goddamn black hole. He thought that it was all sweet. It's a reason that you could get pussy handed to you, but if you with the right woman, you be like, nah, I don't know about that, sis. I mean, it's juicy, it's wet, it's pulsating. I got it on a platter for you. You don't want it? No, I'm good. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure I don't want it. Only reason that a nigga gonna turn down some available vagine is because he know the dual nature. When you in a relationship with a woman, man, you see some shit. In proportion to her nature, which side of the goddess do you experience? It is all up to your personal choice how well you control or remove your ego and your distorted perceptions of reality. So how do you, what's a simple fix? Are you going to remove every distortion, or are you just going to burn this motherfucker down? The choice is so yours. She will be nourishing to you or nourish herself with you as you choose and based on your own actions. It does not matter to her, as both her pleasure and bliss is the intrinsic quality of the goddess. So you'll be like, you said you love me, and you said you always would be there for me, and now you laid up with my best friend. Hey, it's a safe place. It's a safe space. Ladies, y'all ever fucked a friend before? Y'all did not fuck that man's friend out of the kindness of your heart. You tapped into your pleasure and bliss now, didn't you? Which is the intrinsic quality of the goddess. See, a man can look at y'all. See, women know what I'm talking about. Men don't know what I'm talking about. A man can look at y'all, never seen you from nothing and think, oh my God, you were just a wonderful, perfect goddess. They don't know you was just eating raw steak before you came to the club. Damn, did a whole blood ritual, felt like you was a goddamn orangutan or some shit, and this nigga looking at you like you a divine goddess. See, he don't know your dual nature. And then, cause society or the patriarchy, what do the patriarchy want women to be? I'm gonna answer that for y'all. The patriarchy want women to be weak. So when we are here discussing this profound topic, we are specific to elucidating your secret weapon or power, and it is the ravenous nature or the black hole nature of your pussy. So this is a thing. You gonna dress a certain way, you gonna look a certain way. And these dudes is going to say, you know what, baby this and baby that and baby this. And why are they going to say that to you? Because they think they about to get some pussy. But the reality is they might not know that they might be swallowed whole like your pussy is a goddamn boa constrictor. See, they don't know that level of you. I do. That's why when you dealing with a woman and she give you some pussy, it's wise to think twice. Because you don't know if you're going to come back after that. See, it ain't all fun and game in 2020 because it's a lot of men that's on the other side only because they was thinking, well, you know what? I'm going to go get me some pussy. Hey, what's the worst that could happen? You can lose your life. She feels excitement at the thought of consuming you and will do so with great passion. If you do not follow your path and impede the cosmic flow of the universal life force. So we all have something to do. And the illusion is saying, well, I don't have anything to do. And if you feel that way, be sure to get ate up. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with getting ate up. So what is the Moola Nakshatra? What is the galactic center? What does it represent? The galactic center represents a black hole. Like I said earlier, I'm not dealing with no symbols today. When you have the creation of the world is created off the backs of a black hole. What is a goddess? A goddess is a black hole. Y'all think that a goddess is a pretty bitch, and it's not. That's a lie. Y'all think a goddess is a girl with a fat ass. It's not. The goddess, minus the symbolism, minus the rhetoric of spiritual niggas, is a super massive black hole about 4 million solar masses, which is called Sagittarius A. Sagittarius A, Alpha, is a black hole. A big one. A compact radio source, which is almost exactly at the galactic rotational center. So everything within the universe rotates around this black hole. So when we are saying we are the macrocosm to the microcosm, guess what, ladies? That little pussy got power. And if you think it don't, you ain't gotta watch my damn videos. You could say that pussy don't got no power. Obviously, it's nothing that I could do. But I'm just trying to remove us out of symbols. I'm trying to bring us into reality. So therefore, when it comes to, what the spiritual path have done for you, it should be able to do everything for you because you followed your soul and you knew everything that was to know. And when you seen people getting sucked up by the goddess, you didn't cry for them like Argentina because you knew that they obviously didn't give a fuck about their soul because the goddess, she gonna do what she gonna do. And she not gonna be like, oh, I don't really mean to hurt you. She gonna do it with passion and bliss. And this is what y'all know. Intuitively, intrinsically, is why you can break up with your baby daddy for real. Cause It's going to be somebody that want to get sucked up into the goddamn cosmic black hole called a sneaky link. It's a lot of spiritual implications that happen during casual sex that, you know, in reference to the spiritual nature of it, y'all don't really want to talk about it. But then when it comes to y'all depression, sadness, all of the negative effects of it, it'll be direct representation of you not having knowledge of self, which is you cannot just be giving that pussy away. And men, you can't just be going up into everything that's giving it to you, because yes, she may look cute. Yes, she may look fine. But man, that pussy might be a black hole. Y'all seen Belquist, y'all seen American Gods, y'all seen enough symbolism in reference to Tinder, Bumble, all of the shit that's going on, and you want to tap into your spirit, you got to put the dick down. One's in the chat if you got to put the dick down. The dick is fucking you up. The pussy is fucking you up. You gotta be above and beyond this shit, because at this point, you go into this cycle in your lower self, tapped into your ego, and things not working out for you. I want you to know exactly why. The goddess don't really have time for your bullshit. You caught up in the symbolisms and the I want to say ritual, but not in the context of like real ritual, but the ritual for show. And it's not real. The only thing real is you. The only thing real is your awakening. The only thing real is your purification. You can't add nothing to it. You got to remove it all. You are your most powerfulest when you have nothing on and you are bare and just raw. That's when you are at your most power. The more layers you put on yourself, the more you begin to diminish your light or diminish your power. So as I was stating earlier, this Jupiter and Neptune energy is about spiritual development and expansion, and is more or less if we do not have a choice in the matter, because we have been prepped and prodded in reference to Jupiter transiting through Capricorn. Then you had that major conjunction with Jupiter, Saturn in 2021. And now Jupiter has moved into a new sign. You should know by now that the spiritual shit is real. But a lot of times people play with it. So when the Jupiter energy gets into Pisces, for those who have been struggling through these 2020s, the 2022 going into 23, you got a big break because you didn't give up. It's a lot of people who gave up and died between 2019 and 2023 because they didn't understand that the spiritual thing is real. They literally checked out. So you didn't check out, so you get rewarded for that. In 2023, in reference to Pisces energy, because Pisces is mutable, Sagittarius is mutable, meaning that this shit can go either or. It's going to be bad for people who are karmic. It's going to be good for people that are dharmic, meaning people who are imposters are going to be fucked up. People who follow their souls are going to be in a wonderful bliss alignment. But how do you deal with this energy? If you are not dealing with the soul, if you're not waking a Kundalini, you're probably going to be drunk as fuck. Probably going to be getting high. You probably just going to be escaping. Because we don't have the knowledge. I mean, I understand why people escape. I understand why people feel the way that they feel, because there is nobody here that is going to teach you about your spiritual knowledge. So if you're not being taught, and you're like, there's so many people that's just kind of going through it and not even understanding why they're literally going through it. So when they're trying to deal with their problems, they're not actually dealing with it, they're escaping. So if you find yourself escaping over these next 4 months, like Linda said, drink some tea. Like Linda said, have a conversation. Work with yourself. You gotta really stop and really release and start over. Not escape, not run away from shit, because I'm telling you, it's going to be a lot of people drinking, and the drinking is the spirits, and the spirits are the asuras or the demons that use your body as a vessel for all types of debauchery. And because it's hard to differentiate between the demon and the angel, you have to purify both energies to get centered into your soul. And when I'm talking about a square, I'm talking about a challenge. And I'm saying, yeah, it's going to get difficult. If you never sat with yourself and to the point that you are willing to listen to yourself, when it comes to sitting with yourself, it's only when you're drinking. It's only when you're high. It's only when you're watching Netflix. That's escape. You're sad because things ain't worked out the way, because you haven't worked them the way, and you haven't really taken yourself seriously. All of that has to stop. Swami Vivekananda says, and this is very important, the moment I realize God sitting in the temple of every human body, the moment I stand in reverence before every human being and see God in him. So in reference to this time, people are going to be struggling. The reason that they're struggling, because they might see God in church, they might see God in their job, they might see God in their new car or their wealth, but they do not see God within them. That is very difficult to see. And it don't mean that you can't see it. It means that if you don't see it, you're going to suffer, because within every human being is salvation. Are you strong enough to see it? Are you strong enough to be in a moment-to-moment relationship with your soul, or are you in imposter syndrome? I am free from bondage. Everything that binds vanishes, and I am free. Very important. So let's finish up, because I really want to talk about this temperance energy, and then I want to do a little quick conclusion. And yeah. Temperance is the heating and cooling of forged steel to make a flexible blade. So throughout this video, there is a running theme of understanding the yin and yang, but mainly the yin as not a subordinate energy to the yang, or the feminine as a subordinate energy to the masculine. In reference to the temperance, there is a balancing of two powerful same energies, and the masculine might be very strong and brutal, but the feminine is just as strong and brutal, because she has the power to receive and to suck you in to an abyss, whether she knows it or not. Temperance is the card ruled by Sagittarius. Temperance is the card of a spiritual awakening. And one of my first YouTube videos in my first year of doing this channel, one of my first big videos that I ever did was the Dark Night of the Soul. And I'm here today to change that. There's no longer the Dark Night of the Soul. Because the Dark Night of the Soul indicates that something negative and dark is actually happening, and the reality is that in awakening to your soul, that is not a dark night, my nigga. That is a bright day. So when we look at the temperance card, if we look at the lower left corner in the background, you see a sun rising with the crown. That's the Jupiter sun, a new dawn, a new beginning. And this is representing the consciousness being merged with the soul. So why would that ever be a dark night? One's if you like Bright Day of the Soul, or two if you like Dark Night of the Soul. I want to see. One's if you like Bright Night of the Soul, Bright Day of the Soul. Two of you like Dark Night of the Soul. I personally feel like we need to change this shit to Bright Day of the Soul so we can have a proper connotation. So that settles it. Fuck a Dark Night of the Soul is, I mean, y'all affirmed it, is now. You know how before niggas even knew shadow work existed, we was the first persons talking about shadow work. Now we gonna bring forth Bright Day of the Soul. So this is the day that has been put forth to the zeitgeist. So we watch in a year or so, niggas will be like, yeah, it's called the Bright Day of the Soul, not the Dark Night of the Soul. Carl Jung said it. I read it in a book, looking ass boys. Looking ass boys. I want to talk to y'all about something very profound, man, because it's an experience. This experience is called Kundalini and it's called sexual energy. And the thing about sexual energy is that you do not experience sexual energy long term when you have sex, the same way as you don't experience water long term when you drink it out the cup. For which, if you want to experience water, you will figure out how to maintain it, how to fill it up, how to work with it. But you understand that once you drink all of the water, it's all gone. So say, for instance, we look at sex and we have the semen and we waste the semen, then all of our sexual energy is gone. So we looking at the girl that was, you know how you was like, girl, I'm gonna buy you a house. I'm gonna buy you some shoes, buy you a bag, take you shopping, do all types of cool shit for you. Soon as that nut is gone, you be looking for your keys. Because the sexual energy have been wasted. So to experience sexual energy, you need two things. You need two people who are sexually attracted to one another, minus the sex. I mean, you can't even want to have the sex. See, if you want to have the sex, then you're like wanting to drink the water. You don't understand the power of the energy. It's like having electricity and then trying to wash your dishes with electricity because electricity is powerful. Well, you got to understand how to use it. Because sexual energy is powerful, the common sense is to use it for sex. But I'm here to tell you, your wildest dreams can be accomplished if you are with some. See, if you got a girl that you used to like, and y'all just been having sex, it's not to say that the relationship is bad, but the sexual energy ain't there, and maybe y'all got some obligations together, whatever the case may be. But I'm here to say sexual energy, Kundalini energy, cannot be based on sex the same way water cannot be based on you drinking it. It's no longer water, it's gone. It used to be water, but you drank it. It used to be sexual energy, but you fucked. One's in the chat if I lost, or if I did. One's in the chat if you following me. Two in the chat if I lost you on that, because you know it might be a tough thing to wrap your head around in reference to temperance and balancing. You do not balance sexual energy by fucking. You balance sexual energy by experiencing it, communicating on it, and having the experience of two or more people being sexually attracted minus the sex. And you build a rapport through conversation, meditation, ritual. This is in fact the highest learning that a human. See, a person can go to 7 years of postdoctorate school and be in front of a prostitute and can't control himself. You could have graduated from the goddamn 9th grade, never got a GED, but had pimp blood and knew how to maintain a relationship with a black hole and not thinking, I'm not going to be like these tricks, give her all of my money. I'm going to develop something much more sublime with this goddess. See, you gotta be way beyond the good and bad to understand the message that I'm bringing forth today, because a good person will get fucked. A good person will get used. It's a lot of good women that are baby mamas. No shade. It's a lot of good women that believe bad men. A man that is interested in having sex with you does not love you, like you, know you, care about you, because guess what, baby? He trying to get that nut for himself. And you talk to enough women, they don't even really be liking sex after. It ain't the fact that they don't like sex. They don't like the fact that that's all that men want to think about. That's all that men want to do. So maybe this conversation ain't specifically for the women. It's specifically for the niggas. Put the dick down. You gotta be so mature and so much of a boss that you could be around a woman and not ever think that you and her is ever going to have sex, even though there is sexual energy. We not running from the conversation. We not playing games. We not manipulating people. We not pimping and hoeing. We're acknowledging the energy. We are building a relationship. We are building a rapport. We are being honest. And when a person is being honest with you in the realms of sexual energy, they are teaching you sublime mathematics and esoterics. Put the dick down, nigga. Leave it alone. See, and when you on this level, the challenge is you start dating, you start kicking it with girls, whatever the case may be. You like, I'm trying to build a rapport, I'm trying to build a friendship with you. She'd be like, all right, you like this thong that I'm wearing? I got this like negligee two-piece from goddamn Victoria's Secret. The problem is the goddamn panty part is stuck in my ass. Like, it's like stuck up in there. Can you pull it out? Can you help me pull it out? Because I can't, for some reason, I can't get this piece of goddamn underwear up out my ass. What you said about that platonic friendship shit? Yeah, you know what? It's hot in here. I know it's the winter and I don't got no heat, but can you mind if I walk around you naked? Sometimes a woman can think, man, I want to have some sex, and never think like a man would probably not want to have sex. They not even thinking to that level. They ain't even prepared for the quote unquote rejection. But here we are talking about sublime, supreme mathematics in reference to how we can restore and build up the kingdom. Can't build up the kingdom if you want to fuck the girl. And even more so, even if she do give you the pussy, she might not even know that she got a black hole. So now she done sucked you up into her vortex. You like, can somebody get me out? I guarantee you, it's a lot of niggas in prison. I'm sure none of them niggas is in jail. What if prison is a kind of like a parallel reality to being trapped in a goddamn vortex within having sex with a girl that you done met on 54th Street at the after hours or some shit? You know how many niggas done got some pussy, left the pussy, done been to jail? You know what I'm saying? You done got a warrant. You know, weird shit start to happen when you start dealing with these goddamn black hoes. No shade. I'm saying that men gotta be strong to not even come at you like that. Men gotta look for something deeper and more abstract, or guess what? You are going to kill his ass. That's how deep it is. And why would I lie? I can't lie. Why would I get on here and lie? It don't even serve me to lie. I might as well get on here and kick it to you blood raw and honest, even if it hurt you, even if you don't understand it. Yeah, you may not understand it, but you still can't say that I'm lying. You know for a fact when you dealing with a divine feminine, it's within your best interest to keep your dick in your pants. But since we don't understand the energy, we'll be like, oh, well, you know, fuck it. And then at the same time, be goddamn at child support court crying, talking about, well, I only make $500 a week and you want $250. That don't seem right. I gotta go live with my goddamn grandma in her basement because I goddamn a child by you. You think she give a fuck? She going straight to the child support court. That's a black hole for you, whether you know it or not. So imagine this. Imagine you got a son, 16 years old, and you like, look, man, it ain't what you think it is. If you love your dad, if you love your parents, you are going to value every woman that you see, even if she don't value herself. You might as well join the Bloods and Crips than get some goddamn pussy on the sneaky link, because that pussy is way more powerful than them gangbanging in Little Rock. Quiet as kept, because the woman is the secret weapon. The woman is just as powerful as the man, but on a psychic, spiritual sense. But there's some alignments, there's some valuations that need to happen. You could build a woman up by not fucking her. You could build trust, you can build relationships by not fucking her. And we're not talking about girls that you're not sexually attracted to. We talking about the girls that you probably would fuck if you was in your lower self, but you've awakened your guru. Imagine if you watching a goddamn Sud Guru lecture and he just stop it in the middle like, who want to get some, fuck this shit, I want some pussy. You would never watch Sud Guru again, now would you? So at a certain point, it's a certain decorum, it's a certain aesthetic that goes along with activating your higher self. And the biggest thing that you let go, that nobody is going to tell you, you got to put the dick down, okay? Our inner world creates the outer world. And one is in the chat if that makes sense. Our inner world creates the outer world. In other words, our vibration or the pattern of our thoughts, attitudes, and actions is what creates our reality. Not if you subscribe to a spiritual hoe lately. Not if you tapped into a spiritual nigga's TikTok that's telling you some shit that you could have seen on Google if only you would have searched for it. This ain't a contest of who say the slickest shit the quickest. It's about activating your inner unity, because your inner world creates your outer world. The patterns, thoughts, and attitudes and actions that are aligned with your ego will only destroy your reality. However, if my black men and women align with their immortal soul and have their thoughts and attitudes and actions aligned to that, I guarantee you'll make it out of this shit. I guarantee you, people will be looking at you like, well, how you doing that? I guarantee you, if you hold space with a divine feminine and you keep your dick in your pants and you understand the energy and you say, well, this has been a tough day. I really wanted to fuck you today, but we had the conversation and we worked it out. And man, I feel so much stronger and so much better that I did not give into my flesh. I did not give into my temptation, because it's a lot of men who never had an opportunity to be in a situation for which they are even given the chance to see if they are able to be a man. You get me? Because a lot of times, a lot of men don't even get attention from women nowadays. And if they do get attention, it's probably not the girl that they like. So you got to be so fortunate to get a girl that you like that's willing to hold space with you. And you got to be the man that's not trying to fuck, that's not trying to seduce her into a quote unquote marriage or a relationship. You need to understand your Kundalini energy, and you cannot understand your Kundalini energy by yourself. Nobody gonna tell you this. You can masturbate by yourself, but y'all don't never be telling people on your goddamn Instagram, I masturbated earlier today, I was horny. But as we just stated, the pattern of our thoughts, attitudes, and actions create your reality. So even though you're not telling people that you got a fucking porn habit, this, that, and the third, it's still creating your reality. Or even if you have a deviant sexual reality that people don't know, cause shit, we not there at 3 o'clock in the morning when you telling him that the key is under the mat. You ever got a key is under the mat text? That's not widely known, but yet and still those patterns, actions, attitudes create your reality. So yeah, purifying the body, purifying the mind is preparing the body for Kundalini, which will be on display over these next 3 to 4 to 5 months. I'm saying all of this because you could really save yourself a lot of trouble, save yourself some time and money by understanding that the spirit is very important in these days and times. It's always important, but during these specific times, things are more likely to get weird due to Jupiter ingressing into a new sign in conjunct Neptune and Pisces. It just feels and seems to be that we could expect a lot of weird energy. So I'm saying all of this to say, why not be weird with the energy? Stop trying to be a muggle. Stop trying to be regular. Stop trying to be normal. In reference to your soul gonna have your hair growing out free-form locks. You gonna be throwing all of your old clothes away, going to the thrift store, buying new clothes. You gonna be working out. You gonna be dealing with new friend groups. Everything about your life is going to change if only you destroy the ego. Now, you don't have to destroy the ego, but you gotta understand that Nariti will suck your ass up. Cause in reference to the spirit, you couldn't never say it's all good the same way you could say, yeah, go down to the hood and just stand on the corner. Ain't nothing gonna happen to you cause you a divine being. You know that it's some goddamn gorillas and goons in the goddamn hood, so you ain't gonna have your loved ones be in that type position. So I'm gonna tell y'all straight up, I ain't make up none of this shit, and I showed y'all so y'all could see it with y'all own eyes, gave y'all the article, gave y'all all types of links and shit so you can do your own research in reference to what you need to do to level up. And it might seem like a lot, but it's going to be more than a lot if you do not tap into who you are for real. And not for nothing, if you haven't got Chakra Nova, you weird as fuck to me. What's even weirder is having Chakra Nova and not reference it and trying to understand how to awaken your Kundalini because it's in the book, because you are the book. Chakra Nova, you can Google it. You can get it off of Amazon. I can send it to you directly. But sending it to you, having a book, don't matter. It's exercises in that joint. Mainly the root lock. I do the root lock to this day. Just throughout my life, just tapping in, recognizing that, no, my Kundalini will not stay dormant. I'm actively engaging in my Kundalini gland. I have a playlist called Meditation. If anybody want it, I'll give it to you. It's like 10 minutes. It's just like a run through of like 2 to 3 meditations that I do daily. I do them in the car. I do them before I work out. I do them before I study. But it's something that I do in reference to maintaining the awakening of my Kundalini energy. And I'm not saying that you got to do it. I'm just giving niggas solutions at this point. You don't got to get Chakra Nova. You can Google root lock. Moola Bandha, the root lock. The Moola, because we are in the Moola Nakshatra. Moola Dahara, root chakra. Moola Bandha, or the root lock, is the 3 main bandhas or yogic locks practiced by yogis. Yoga is the union of the human and the divine. So this simple technique will help you unionize your spirit and your actual physical. I'm saying this all to say, me just talking about it means absolutely nothing. You got to do the shit. Moola Bandha is said to activate the Mooladhara chakra, thereby stimulating the Kundalini Shakti at the base of the spine. I did not write this fucking article. And me just talking about it is not going to matter. But I just want to bring it to your awareness. Because if you're trying to get rid of the suffering, if you're trying to elevate and radiate to your highest level, all of that shit is within you. But you got to have a proper technique to activate it. And I'm just elucidating some proper techniques. And if your soul say that's bullshit, then your soul is right. Maybe your soul wants you to goddamn do cartwheels up and down Market Street to activate your root chakra. My thing is, get your fucking cartwheels in order. But whatever it is that your soul is instructing you to do, do it. If you cannot have any cognizance or awareness of what your soul wants you to do, you have to do root chakra work. When? Now. Purify your body, mind, heart, aura, and when this new moon hit, activate your root chakra. Study on the root chakra. Bring your mind into the root chakra. Advanced spiritualists, beginner spiritualists. It's like it's raining outside. You don't say, I'm advanced, I don't need an umbrella. You say, oh shit, let me get up under that umbrella with you so I don't get wet. So this is not about ego. This is about energy. And so I'm very fortunate and grateful to be able to share this information with y'all. As I said, I put a lot of effort and energy, and I didn't do it for me. I did it for your understanding. So if you learned something, if you gained some understanding today, do me a favor, put some ones in the chat before I get out of here. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I love y'all. You understand? And that's what I bring forth, and that's what I represent. So it's difficult for me to be in relationships with people because I don't not love. And I feel like sometimes people don't expect you to love, right? And that has been my detriment trying to be regular with y'all. Nah, y'all about to get this love from me, fam. Y'all about to get this love from me. Links in the description for all of the books, all the links that I talked about. But you can also email me if you like, hoodmystic@gmail.com. I care about your spiritual development. My name is Kyrie, and I'm going to say it one more time. I love y'all. So if I didn't love y'all, I wouldn't be here. And I hope that y'all are able to take the love that I have for y'all and love on your baby daddy. Peace.
You are traveling with the Hood Mystic.
You are now tapped in with the Hood Mystic. Your favorite astrologer's favorite astrologer. Your favorite mystic's favorite mystic.